What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday. I'll start by saying that it's funny how your own words can come back to haunt you. Last night I was talking about the significance of knowing when to shut the fuck up. And so the video, the cabin number one, got viewed and reviewed and shared and passed around town so many times that the lady that that basically, as I mentioned in the fence video, financed this whole thing, saw me talking trash on her. And so, it's just another one of those times in my life when I have to bite the bullet and take responsibility for things that I've said or done. And so, there's no denying that I was being rude. Two, or B, however you want to look at it, I mean, there's no taking it back. You get out there and you say something, man, you're gonna have to talk about it eventually. And but you know what? It's just like I said, man. There's something to be said for bearing the silence. And these videos are probably a direct contradiction to that. But how else are you gonna show people how it really goes unless you get on here and you fucking be truthful about it? So, your boy Jason is in the doghouse right now. Well, he's in the crow house. So I've been out regrading the driveway and picking up trash and being nice and trying to correct that asshole tendency that I have, and what I do realize is that I definitely in my attitude sometimes, especially when I'm having those, not that I would ever have a narcissistic episode. Anyways, so part of that is just learning to humble myself in general and grow up and and learn not to be such a taker, and that's what takers do, man. They take stuff, by the way, a big shout out to Joel Langvart. Thank you for your help over the years. You've been irreplaceable as a friend, you know what I mean? And but my circumstance with this lady, I think back on my circumstance with Langvart, in my very first Latin class, I was a little asshole and I got wrote up for being disrespectful and stuff like that, but my feeling is that if I can redeem myself with the most intelligent person on earth, Joel Langvart, then maybe that I could redeem myself with this lady and not come across as such a shitty fucking human being. Because in reality, when I say the things that I was saying and I do those kinds of things and I take for granted people that are helping me, I'm digging my own grave. I'm just getting ready to shoot myself in the foot. And everybody knows that I don't have a problem jerking the cord and starting all over. But maybe that's part of my growing up that I need to address. Maybe I need to stop doing that. Everything inside of me wants me to cut and run right now, but every logical thought I have says that's not the answer. So I'm going to stop babbling about my own shortcomings and talk to you guys for a second about Wednesdays. And I think that you'll be amused about how Wednesday feeds into what I'm talking about. Wednesday is Wednesday, and that Wedne comes from the Wotan, which is an old name for Odin, which is the father of Thor in the Scandinavian pantheon. And it's a little bit different in other, there's times when Athena and Artemis are also, there's a lot of references in Bibles, where they refer to wisdom as a female. But Wednesday is intended to be a day for wisdom, at least by the old pantheon. It's the Father, God the Father, if you will. Some esoteric traditions think that Odin and Hermes and Thoth and Mercury are all the same person, and it's very probable. Also, Saint Gabriel is another person that falls into this category. It can be clumped together with Hermes, and all the attributes of Gabriel can be readily applied to Mercury, just like Michael the Archangel and the god of war Mars. It's just one of them things. So one thing that people, it's Lent right now, and a lot of people know that, or they know of the, in the old church that folks would fast on Wednesdays and Fridays, and the reason for fasting on Wednesdays, in the Christian perspective, is because that's the day that Judas, for lack of a better way to put it, snitched on Jesus, ratted him out. He didn't rat him out in the way that he lied on him, but he jerked his covers for sure, as far as him being what he's claimed to have been. So today, this Wednesday, this Lent, it looks like I'm the Judas. But if there's anything, but the only way that it becomes me is if I rest in it. So I'm gonna use this, even if my relationship, my business, friendship, whatever, with this lady doesn't work out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use this as a turning point in my life, to not take the people that are helping me for granted, and to not be a fucking asshole, and to not be a proverbial backstabber by being so narcissistic that I don't realize someone's good intentions. But anyway, could talk about myself for a minute and talk about y'all. It's Wednesday, so these are days. I'm trying to teach you how to organize your week, in the way of not necessarily esoteric traditions, but just in the ancient traditions, so that you can live a life that's maybe a little more fulfilling and not so trigger happy. And by trigger happy, I mean just the way that we flash through our days, and we zone out, and you know what I mean. What's going to bring you around, what's going to set you free, is being aware of every moment, and taking advantage of the blessings that you have, and being appreciative. So Wednesday is another humble day, kind of like Monday. You know what I mean? We're going to wheel it back in. Tomorrow's Thursday. So whether I'm feeling it or not, we're going to have to get some action. Otherwise, we might become stagnant and complacent, and we can't have that. But I'm going to get back to you guys later on with hopefully some more positive videos. But for right now, I have to come in the spirit of humility, because it wouldn't be right for me to get on here and bullshit around about how I'm feeling, or try to make you guys think that I'm feeling great when I'm not, or that things are going well or not. I gotta put my money where my mouth is on this situation, on what I'm doing here, and I'm gonna switch to the truth. I'm gonna switch to the truth of my circumstance. I'm gonna show you how a real motherfucker deals with shit. I'm gonna show you motherfuckers how to be a man, in case your dad didn't tell you. And I want to tell you that everything that I do that pertains to me being a man is something that I learned from my father. My father was the best father that ever fucking lived, and he learned from his father, who he felt the same way about. And so, anything that comes out of me that's positive, I just want you to know it's not mine, man. I'm not the baker. I'm just passing out the bread, and that this stuff comes from my dad, and it came from his dad, and and his dad will tell you that it came from God, and you can do what you want with that piece of information. But peace and blessings to everyone. And in the words of the Druids, in glory you never been bid, the truth against the world. I'm going to keep spitting it. I'll be back. I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to finish my breakfast. Really, I'm going to, drink some more coffee. I'm going to do some reading. I'm going to clear my mind. I'm going to get my head straight. And I'm not going to fucking let this be another point in time where I fucking backstab myself by not fucking remaining constant on my goals and on my objectives and on my loyalty to you guys, and the requirement I have to put down all this truth in a way that it can be used before I leave this planet, man. And you guys can take that piece of information how you want it too. But for now, everybody be blessed, and we'll get at you here in a little bit.